This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Dennis the Menace McCann over Zoom. Dennis, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm all good, thank you. You?
I'm all good, mate. All good. Obviously, it's good to hear you doing well yourself. For life to return to some form of normality. How have you found life in lockdown?
It wasn't too bad, to be honest, because I was training all the way through and that. I never really had no rest. I'm still fit as a fiddle right now. I can fight right now. I reckon I could fight tomorrow if I was on weight, like. And but not too bad. I just can't wait to get back in the ring and just showcase my skills once again.
Now, Dennis, we'll come on to what you have lined up or what you could have lined up in a little while. But something I've always wanted to kind of do with you, we've never had the chance to, is kind of reflect over your route into boxing and your amateur background and what have you. And I'd like to kind of go over that and get more of an understanding of who is Dennis McCann, the man behind the boxing. About your early days, Dennis. What was Dennis McCann like as a child growing up?
Yeah, well, obviously, as I can tell from your accent, I lived in Birmingham myself.
Yeah.
For a good while, and then I started in the gym, Whole Grain Boxing Club. You know Whole Grain?
Yeah, I do.
That with Tommy Cheney there, and then I moved to near Oxfordshire, and I should travel from Oxfordshire to not even Oxfordshire, but a place called Brackley, which is even further away. From there to Repton Boxing Club every day, and it took me like 3.5 hours there, and then train for 3 hours and 3.5 hours back. But in the meantime, I'd be working till 8 till maybe 3:30. You know what I mean? Getting tubes and trains and all sorts really, to be honest. And as an amateur, I had 54 fights, 4 losses. I ain't lost since I'm maybe 13 years old, 14 years old. I've avenged 2 of the losses. Yeah, that's about it really. That's about it. It's boxing, Repton Boxing Club under Bobby Beck. And obviously, as I got older, I went with Kelvin Wing, 9-time national champion. And I was quite successful as an amateur.
What was you like as an individual, Dennis, growing up? What was you like? I can imagine you was quite a handful for your parents.
Oh, believe me, it was a handful, all right. I used to do my own thing. I used to go gallivanting, really. I used to go and not even tell my mum and dad. I used to go to the gym and do my own thing. I used to get a few slaps here and there, but it didn't stop me. I was definitely a menace.
We obviously know you have a traveller's background. You're a gypsy. What's it like, obviously, travelling around so much from an early age?
That's obviously harder, isn't it? Because you can't sit in the same gym. But I used to, because I had a bit more. I have a lot of dedication, so I always stayed in the same gym because I knew if you kept moving around, it'll never work out, will it? I left school at the age of 11 for boxing, so I knew it was a thing I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So, but now we ain't moved in maybe 5 years now, so it ain't too bad at the moment.
With boxing, what's kind of your earliest memory? What was the thing that kind of made you think, you know what, I want to kind of get into a gym, I want to give this a go? Who kind of led you towards a boxing gym?
My dad, definitely. My dad as well. He believed in me since day one. But my brother was also a good boxer. He was schoolboy champion back in the day. He was very, very good, my older brother. And he gave up because he got into partying and women, and then he got married, and he went the wrong way. He went the wrong way, wrong path. And I watched him. And obviously, I learned from his mistakes.
We often see, when people start to get success in boxing, it could be easy for people to start, flashing the money about and kind of allow a different side of life to get in their way and distract them. We haven't seen that obviously with yourself, but have you seen certain individuals at all who have kind of gone down that route, who have been distracted away from their careers? And if so, what have been your thoughts when you've seen it?
So many fighters, even a few kids in my gym, they get paid. They spend 3-4 grand on clothes. They splash all the money. They go out partying. It's just silly, to be honest. There's a few individuals. A lot of boxers do it, to be honest. Maybe 80% of them do it. They get a few quid, or they win a Southern area title, which, in no disrespect, I wouldn't really wear around my waist, if I'm being honest. And even a British title, still, no disrespect again, it's a great belt, but it don't mean nothing to me. I'm not in the game to win a British title. So, and then they win that there, they might get 20 grand and they might think they're the one, you know what I mean? But then you don't think about the long run, and they spend that money, and then all of a sudden they're back to square one again, aren't they?
What do you feel has kept you so grounded? What's been the biggest thing that's allowed you to stay focused on your boxing career?
Because I've worked since I'm a very young age. I worked since I'm 11. I left school, as I told you already, and I worked ever since, labouring my dad and working myself and lifting barrels all day. And I've been there with no money. You know what I mean? I know what it feels like. So I'm very clever around money. I'm not greedy, obviously, but I'm very, very clever around money. That's the best way to be. I know you have to make money. You got to invest money. So that's the way forward, isn't it?
Now, I'm sure we can kind of hazard a guess as to where the nickname come from, but for those who don't know, talk to me about the Menace nickname. Where did Dennis the Menace come from?
Trust me, you don't know half of them. So when I was younger, I got arrested twice, and I always said I should train. I should train every time, but I met the wrong friends, and I got arrested twice when I was 11. And then I realised I left them friends, and I left them friends afterwards. And then I done my own thing then. But I got arrested twice, just terrorising really, to be honest. Going around the town and getting chased off security guards on purpose, and honestly, all sorts.
What does go through your mind when you just mentioned you was 11, you're arrested. When you're arrested at 11 years of age, what's going through your mind?
I put a blanket over my head and I cried. I was in the cell for 24 hours. I cried for about 20 hours. That was in my mind. Very stupid, but you learn from your mistakes, don't you?
Yes, 100%, Dennis. Obviously, moving away from that, then back onto your boxing career and your amateur days. What's it like kind of travelling around the country as a boxer? I know you went and fought and won a European bronze medal as well. What's it like kind of travelling abroad and competing in competitions?
It's very good, yeah. It's definitely a good experience in that. Even though I got robbed very bad over there. But it happens that I EBA boxing. That's why I wasn't interested. I got picked for the Europeans 3 times. I went once, and then I never went afterwards, to be honest. It didn't interest me at all. I would have got GB, I reckon, this year. It just didn't interest me. Last year, sorry. It just didn't interest me at all, to be honest. I EBA boxing is too corrupt. As you see, my McCANN and the likes of them there in the Olympics and that. It's too corrupt for my liking, and it's not for me. Us fighters, we put our heart and soul into boxing, blood, sweat and tears, training day in, day out. Starve with the hunger, you don't know half of it, man, I'm telling you. Starve with the hunger, no water, no food sometimes. So it's the life of a boxer. And then just all it took away from you so fast. It's very easy, happens.
That's something I wanted to touch on, obviously, your amateur days with regards to the decision not to go to the Olympics. I know you was tipped to go and succeed. Obviously, it would have been 2020. They've been delayed by a year now because of the current situation with the pandemic. But was it simply because of IEBA that made you kind of decide against it and turn professional, or was there other factors that made you make that decision?
Similar, mostly IEBA, but you don't understand. If you're over there, you realise yourself, the robberies over there is just absolutely ridiculous. Blatant robberies, blatantly. Honestly, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't interest me at all. My dream is always to become professional and to be very successful as a professional. And amateur boxing is just at the end of the day, it's still amateur boxing. It's still obviously a very, very good achievement to go to the Olympics, but my dream is always to turn pro.
Talking about that, obviously, we're seeing a lot of professionals, just turned professionals coming over from the amateur ranks at an earlier stage of their careers. Why do you think we're seeing such a trend of people turning over at such young ages?
Because of me, I reckon. Because of watching me, half of them there know me for the amateurs and that, and they think they can do the same thing. But I wouldn't really advise them to turn pro that early. But I was always strong as an amateur. You know what I mean? I had 17 stoppages as an amateur. I was stopping off everyone, good kids and all. I beat world number threes and kids who won silver in the Commonwealth Games and Olympians. I beat Olympians, Irish Olympian. Beat really great kids. I was stopping a lot of great kids and all. And half of them there don't stop no one, and they think they can tip-tap at amateur boxing. And pro game is different. You're wearing 8-ounce gloves. You get hit in the right spot, you're going to sleep. Simple as that. It's not a game you can play around about.
Let's touch on that. How did you find that transition from amateur to professional?
I have a great trainer and a great team around me, and so I transitioned straight away. From being honest, I was sparring good kids. I was sparring the likes of Ryan Burnett, 2-time unified world champion, straight away early on in my career. I'm having some great spars, sparring for 6 weeks. And we had some really good spars together. And that obviously brought me in a lot as well.
Ryan Burnett is an interesting name there because obviously he was a unified world champion and he retired earlier than what I would have liked. I believe it was last year. It's about a year ago, to be fair. You know, what were spars like with Ryan? Ryan was somebody who I enjoyed watching boxing in particular.
Listen, there were some very good spars. Sparring at the end of the day, but with some really good ones. He come over to my gym as well a few times as well, sparring. That was some good spars.
It's been just over a year since you made your professional debut. In that year, what's been the biggest learning curve that you've had?
I've developed so much more power. I've filled out a bit more. I've learned so much knowledge in the game. I've had some great sparring. I've been sparring like really good kids. And I'm not just saying I know sparring, as I said, sparring, but sparring kids come with champions and knocking them out on their feet and sparring, stopping them and sparring. I've been sparring welterweights and putting blood all over the faces, good kids as well, and lightweights, hurting them. To be honest, since the time pro, I ain't lost a round in sparring, honestly.
We've seen those comparisons between yourself and Prince Naseem Hamid as well. What's your thoughts, Dennis, when you see those comparisons yourself? You know, somebody who many look up to as an icon of British boxing.
Oh, he definitely is an icon. He's a legend in the game. Obviously, I'm very thankful that people put me in that level of boxing. He is absolutely top class. But I want to be known to be Dennis McCann. You know what I mean? Not Prince Naseem Hamid, and I'll only ever be one Dennis McCann. So I'll prove that in a couple of years' time. Hopefully, I'll be an icon as well in the game. And which obviously respect what people saying that there as well, because it's a good confidence booster for me. You know what I mean?
Sorry, Dennis. When you was growing up, though, who did you kind of look up to from a boxing perspective? Which boxers in particular did you think, I want to take something from him, I want to learn how he did that?
I like EDWIN Valero. Yeah. Andre Ward was also a great fighter. I like Ricky Hatton, for being honest, as well. I liked him an awful lot. I used to watch a lot of Prince Naseem Hamid as well. And Terence Crawford is absolutely, he's top class, isn't he?
You've just named 5 very different fighters there, Dennis. But five equally brilliant fighters, but 5 very different styles that you'd have been able to learn off.
Definitely. Andre Ward's got very good defence. Ricky Hatton's a very good offence. Very good body puncher. Terence Crawford's very good technical ability. EDWIN Valero is just a killer, isn't
he? As you mentioned Crawford there, our current pound for pound rankings as well. Who is your number one in world boxing at the minute as pound for pound?
Pound for pound, he's got Canelo's obviously up there as well. I definitely think Crawford's up there. Canelo and Crawford and Tyson Fury is definitely the top 3 for me.
Just to obviously come back to yourself, we were talking about your career before, touching on that. How did you see everything playing out before the pandemic? What was kind of the plans that you did have in place?
I had some very big plans. I was fighting the card, Frampton on the card against Jamal Herring in Ireland. I was supposed to fight for my first title on there. Then I was before that I was fighting in the O2 Arena down in the bar, Joe Joyce. I might even be fighting the Tyson Fury next on the cards.
Behind closed door shows seems to be the likelihood for the coming months at least. Is this something you are interested in, Dennis? Would you fight behind closed doors, or would you rather wait until fans are back?
Of course I will. Listen, I don't need fans to build my confidence. I'm a very confident person as it is. And well, so I will be fighting behind closed doors, if I'm being honest with you. Should be hopefully second week of July, if hopefully all goes ahead. And to be honest, I absolutely cannot wait. It's a long time coming now, to be honest. And it's getting a bit boring now, all the training and stuff like that, but it's got to be done. This cannot wait.
How far off? I know you've mentioned it, and it is still obviously at very, very early stages of your career yet. But how far off do you feel you are from world honours?
I reckon 18 months from now I'll be knocking on the world honours. I reckon. That's the God's honest truth. That's not me being cocky. That's just me being 100% honest.
You look at that bantamweight division. There's certainly some great fights there, but in particular, one name that sticks out is Noi Inoue. What do you make of Noi Inoue?
He's top class. Very, very good fighter. He's strong. He's very, very good. But I fancy me chances any day. I fancy me chances against anyone. Honestly, I don't care who they are. I'd fancy me chances against anyone.
I mean, obviously, you mentioned...
That's the God's truth. Honest to God, I'd actually love to go to Japan right now and do some class sparring with them. And I'll try and organise that with my trainer if that's possible.
I think many people would pay to watch that sparring, Dennis.
I'd shock a lot of people, honestly. People haven't seen half of me yet. You haven't seen half of my ability. When you're fighting these men people I'm fighting now, you got to remember that half these fights, my first fight was my weight, the second fight he was still a kilo heavier, but my last fight, again, the fella come in 2.8 kilos heavier. Fight before that he come in 8 pounds heavier. I'm fighting featherweights, bigger than featherweights, you know what I mean? I'm a bantamweight.
How hard is it at this stage of your career? You know, you are fighting those guys who are kind of journeymen, or they'll have a similar record to yourself, just to gain experience for no other reason. Obviously, just your beginning of your professional careers, everybody goes through it. But how hard is it to kind of really gauge an idea as to where you are with your own boxing career when you're having to go through this early phase?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that question? Like,
so like when you consider fighting these types of guys at the early stages of your career, guys who aren't at a similar level to yourself, the journeymen, the guys who are just starting out, how do you find kind of when you win and you are victorious, how much can you take away from it as to where you do stand yourself in your own career?
It's experience, and getting experience. Like, if you ever look on BoxRec, I'm not fighting potato cans. I ain't fighting kids with 20 losses and 0 wins and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm fighting tough Nicaraguans who's a lot heavier than me. They're half of them are stabbing with hunger. So I'm fighting tough men with 50-50 records. So like quite tough men. Like 2 Nicaraguans now have fought as well. One had 50-50 record. Not 2 have 50-50 records. You know what I mean? So I ain't fighting an absolute potato can. I'm fighting very, very experienced men. A lot of men has been around quite a lot. So if I was fighting absolute potato cans, it tastes fair enough, with 0 wins and stuff, then that's a waste of time, you know what I mean? But just learning me craft tonight. I'm only young, you know what I mean? I'm trying to fight these better kids, the likes of Prince Battali won't take the fight. Ryan Walker, who's Southern Area champion, that's way above me. He won't take the fight. The likes of Ricky Little, Southern Area champion, he said no. We've offered these fights to them, and no one wants to fight me, really.
It's interesting, you just mentioned Prince Patel there. He's obviously a very interesting character, to say the least, across the boxing world. What are your thoughts on him?
You know what? He ain't as bad as people say he is. You meet him in real life. I've done a bit of sparring with him a few times. When you meet him in real life, he ain't actually the worst. He ain't as big a character as you think he is. Like, he ain't gonna be he ain't as bad as people think he is. I think he's not a bad bloke, but I think it'd be a good step for my career. I think I'd punch the head off him. So it looks good for my career. You know what I mean? What's good for my career? I'm happy to fight anyone.
Dennis, before I let you go to enjoy the rest of your day, there was one point in particular I was trying to get your thoughts on. It obviously came out last week about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua had agreed a deal in principle to a 2-fight deal in 2021. What are your thoughts when you heard that news?
I reckon Tyson Fury's give me that bad of a beat in the first fight that it won't be a second fight. That's the truth. I don't think Joshua brings nothing to the table that can trouble Tyson one bit. Not even one bit. I think Fury's going to smash him, for being honest. I'm not a gambler. I never gambled in my life, but I'm definitely going to put a few quid in this.
Who do you think's a tougher fight for Tyson, Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder?
Wilder. Even though Tyson Fury done unreal his last fight, but I still think Wilder's a harder fight than Joshua is.
Dennis, we will leave that there now, like I say, and I will leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Before you go, what would you like to say to everyone who tunes in to watch our interview?
Keep tuning in. I'm not Dennis the Menace in action. I'll be back soon.
Dennis, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. Stay safe. I hope you and your family are well, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you very much.